Chapter 6. The Barky Dog Show. Barky and the Big Hole. Bark! Yay! Bark! 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 Chapter 7. The Monster Mermaid. See what I mean? This TV show doesn't get any much dumber than that. Okay, Terry, I said when it was finally over. Let's get back to work. But it's time for my second favorite show, said Terry. Buzzy the Buzzing Fly. Whoosh. Oh, no, it's not, I said, grabbing the remote and turning off the TV. Oh, yes, it is, said Terry, snatching the remote out of my hand and turning it back on. Actually, I think you'll find that it's not, I said, picking up the TV and throwing it out of the window treehouse. It landed with a crash on the ground below. Crash! Terry shrugged. I guess you're right, he said. Hey, yelled a voice. That's almost landed on my head. Oops. I peeped over the edge. It was Bill the postman. Sorry, Bill, I said. It was an accident. That's all right, said Bill, choking. Delivering mail to the 30-story treehouse is always an adventure. Is young Terry here? I got a parcel for him. Special delivery. Yay! Said Terry, sprinting for the ladder. I'll be right down. He returned a few minutes later with a package. My sea monkeys! He yelled as he opened it. They arrived at last! Sea monkeys, I said. What do you want them for? We already got a perfectly good tank full of man-eating sharks. But sea monkeys are much better than man-eating sharks, said Terry. Sea monkeys have 3 eyes. They breathe through their feet and they build vast underwater kingdoms. Sharks can't do any of that. Sharks don't even have feet. I'm going to make my sea monkeys come alive right now. Not so fast, I said. We got a book to write, remember? I know, said Terry. And I promise I get to work right after I hatch the sea monkeys. They come to life instantaneously. All I have to do is add water. Please, please, please. Okay, I said. But hurry. Sure thing, said Terry, rushing to the elevator. I'll be right back. I waited for a long time, and then a really long time. And then a really, really long time. But he didn't come back. Eventually, I found him down in the secret underground laboratory. What are you doing? I said. I thought you were supposed to adding water to the eggs. I am, said Terry. I've just finished making this apparatus that will help me measure the exact amount of water I need. Too much and the sea monkeys could drown. Too little and they could suffocate. But you said hatching the egg would be instant, I said. And it will be, said Terry. Just as soon as I add the water. Now stand back. He pushed a button and the water dripped out of the machine. Drop by painfully slow drop. By even more painfully slow drop. Drip, 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 drip. Finally, about 1,000 million trillion gazillion painfully slow drops later, it was all done. At last, I said, add the eggs quick and let's get back to work. Sure, said Terry. I just had to purify the water. How long will that take? I said. Terry looked at the packet. 24 hours. What? I said. But that's a whole day. Don't be silly, Andy, said Terry, laughing. There are 24 hours in the day. Yes, there are, I shouted. And if you think I'm gonna let you waste any more time on these stupid sea monkeys, then you're out of your tiny pea brain numbskull sized mind. Brains a simple guide. Lord Terry. Large pea-sized brain. Bird. Sesame seed sized brain. Gnat. Grain of sand sized brain. Andy. Atom sized brain. Tiny. Watch your language, Andy, said Terry. There might be children reading. I don't care who's reading, I said. Put your sea monkey's egg in that water right now, or else I swear I shove that jar onto your head so hard that will be stuck on there for the rest of your life. How would you like that? Terry thought about it for a moment. What it will be like to live the rest of my life with a jar on my head. Brushing teeth. Eating dinner. Hairstyling. Stupid jar. Nose picking. Grr. Wedding day. You may kiss the bride. Ha ha. Old age. Old Terry. Stupid jar. Bedtime. Very old Terry. Stupid jar. Can't sleep. Old Andy crying. Dead Terry. Stupid jar. The end. I don't think I like it at all, he said finally. I guess under the circumstances, we can skip the water purifying step and add the egg straight away. Great thinking, I said. Terry's hand was trembling as he poured the sea monkey eggs into the jar. He stirred it and held it up to the light. I done it, he shouted. I'm a genius. I created life. He was right. Not about being a genius, of course, but there was definitely a bunch of newly hatched sea monkeys bobbing around in the jar. Well, that's just great, I said. Now can we get back to our book? Not yet, said Terry. I have to feed a one-level scoop of official sea monkey growth food. I groaned. Does that mean you have to build a one-level scoop official sea monkey growth food dispensing machine? No need for that. They come with their own official sea monkey growth food dispensing utensil, said Terry, and he sprinkled sea monkey growth food from the plastic spoon into the top of the jar. The food triggered a feeding frenzy. Well, in one sea monkey at least, it swam straight to it and sucked it all before the others could get any. What? A guts, said Terry. Better put some more in, I said. Once again, Terry measured out another spoonful and sprinkled it into the jar. Once again, the greedy sea monkey ate it all. And then it started to grow. In a few seconds, it doubled in size and then doubled in size again. Then it swam around the jar and ate all the other sea monkeys. It grew bigger and bigger. It's getting too big for a jar, said Terry. Get a beaker, I said. A real big beaker. Terry darted away and returned with the biggest beaker we had. That'll hold it, he said, and he tipped the sea monkey from the jar into its new home. But the sea monkey kept right on growing. Soon it was too big for the beaker, so it tipped the bucket, but it quickly outgrew that as well. It's no use, said Terry. We need something bigger. How about the bath? I said. I didn't know we had a bath, said Terry. Yes, I said. I meant to talk to you about that. It's a bathroom. I didn't know we had a bathroom, said Terry. Just bring the bucket and follow me, I said. Elevator. Splash. That is one weird looking sea monkey, I said when we finally got into the bath. That's because I'm not a sea monkey, said the weird looking sea monkey. I'm a mermaid. A mermaid? Said Terry, looking like he was about to cry. But mermaids are for girls. I ordered sea monkeys. It's not my fault, said the mermaid. The eggs will have mixed up a mixed factory. My name is Mermedia. What's yours? Terry, he said. That's a nice name for a merman, said Mermedia. I'm not a merman, said Terry. Oh, I thought you were, said Mermania, gazing at Terry. You look certainly good looking enough to be one. Terry blushed and giggled. Hello, I said. I'm Andy. Uh-huh, said Maria, not taking her eyes off Terry. I live here too, I said. Uh-huh, said Mermania. Why don't you run along now, Sandy? Terry and I would like to be alone. Yes, said Terry dreamily. But what about a book? I said. What are we going to do that? But it's no use. Neither of them were listening to me. They were just gazing into each other's eyes. It was quite embarrassing, actually. I stepped out of the room and closed the door. The thing was, no, I could still hear what they were saying. You're so sweet, said Mermania. I wish I could stay here with you. But you can, can't you? said Terry. Alas, no, said Mermania. I can't live in a bathtub forever. We got a swimming pool, said Terry. It's see-through. You can live there. But I need to live in the sea, said Mermania. It's where I belong. Oh, said Terry sadly. I know, said Mermania. Why don't you come to live with me? You can live in my 13-story sand castle under the sea. That would be nice, said Terry. But I'm not a merman. I can't breathe underwater. There is a way, though, said Mermania. When a human and a mermaid get married, the human becomes a merman. And all we have to do to be married is a kiss. Andy invaded Terry's dream in a miniature submarine. Fish outside of the dream. Is it real or just an illusion? I should have rushed in and broken it up right then, but I didn't want them to know I'd been listening. And besides, I was too late anyways. I shuddered as I heard the unmistakable sound of a human and a mermaid kissing. Kiss! Ugly. Oh, darling, crooned Mermania. I'm so happy. Let's leave right away. Okay, said Terry. I just gotta say goodbye to Andy. All right, but hurry, sighed Mermania impatiently. I don't know how much longer I can last in this bath water. I quickly hid as Terry came out of the bathroom. He climbed down the ladder and started looking for me. Andy, he called. I did talk to you. I was about to go down and join him when I heard a strange gurgling sound coming from the bathroom. It sounded like Mermaid was choking, and even though I didn't especially like her, I thought I should still see if she was all right. But as I entered the bathroom, I caught sight of her reflection in the mirror, and what I saw was definitely not all right. In fact, it was definitely all wrong. Very, very wrong. Mermania wasn't a mermaid mania anymore. She was a sea monster. How could I be so sure she was a sea monster? Well, for a start, There was her slimy sea monstery skin, her slimy sea monstery tentacles, and her slimy sea monstery stench. But above all, I think it was the fact that she was saying, bathroom mirror on the wall, who is the sneakiest sea monster of all? That really clinched it for me. You know when you see something so horrible that you want to look away, but you can't. Well, that was so horrible, and I had to get out my flip camera and record it. Bathroom mirror on the wall, who is the sneakiest sea monster of all? The human did not speak a thing. It's just stupid tinkling. He thinks that he'll live with me in a planet of sand beneath the sea. He does not know this will not be. Instead, he will be dinner for me. I lured it down beneath the water, and his body I will slaughter. Oh, how I enjoy devouring! I tear apart limb from limb. I eat his eyes and ears and nose, and such the marrow from his toes. I crush his prey, piece on head, and grind his brain bones to make my bread. My trap is set, my plans are laid, almost due it keep up the charade. Who, me? A sea monster? Your brain needs first aid. I'm a lovely, innocent, sweet mermaid. And with that, the monster became Romania again and climbed back into the bathtub. I stopped recording and rushed off to find Terry. He was now in the kitchen. The marshmallow dispenser was shooting marshmallow into his mouth just as fast as he could swallow them. Guess what, Andy? He mumbled with his mouth full. Let me see. You and Romania got married and you're off to live in an underwater 30-story sandcastle. Terry was amazed. How did you know? I heard the whole thing, I said. And not just all I heard. After you left, I discovered that Romania is not a mermaid at all. She's a sea monster. That's a lie, said Terry. You're just jealous. Oh, I'm not, I said. Look at this. I pressed play on my camera and handed it to him. Yikes, said Terry. What am I going to do? Well, for a start, I said, I think you should definitely break up with her, and pretty soon too. Of course I will, said Terry. But what if she tries to eat me? Calm down, I said. I was just joking. For a moment, there's no need to do anything. She doesn't know that you know that she's a sea monster. Oh, yes, I do, said a hideous, gurgling voice behind us. We turned to see Mermaidia slamming her way across the kitchen toward us. Go away, said Terry, trying to hide behind us. But we're married, my darling, she said, extending her horrible face toward Terry. Don't kiss me, he pleaded, his eyes wide in alarm. I'm not gonna kiss you, he said. I'm gonna eat you and your eavesdropping friend. But I didn't mean to eavesdrop, I said. Can't you just let me off with a warning or a small fine or something? I suppose I could, I said Mermania. It's just that I'm so very hungry. Being cooped up in a sea monkey pocket for so long gives one such an appetite. We backed away from Romania until we were pressed up against the elevator door. I felt around behind me, desperate trying to find the button to open the door as she slid closer and closer. Finally, I found it. The doors opened and we tumbled backward into the elevator. Romania roared as the door slid shut. Phew, said Terry. I'm glad it's over. Are you kidding? I said, as we tended toward the laboratory. That was only round one. So what are we going to do now? Well, I said, this might be a dumb question, but can't the banana larger work in reverse? You mean the banana shrinker? Said Terry. Sure, it's simply a matter of reversing the polarity. But how are Chunky Bananas going to help us fight a sea monster? They're not, I explained as the elevator doors opened and left, and we're not going to find a sea monster. We're going to shrink it. But you're going to have to work fast. Your wife will be here any second. Don't remind me, said Terry, making the dashboard larger. I listened as the elevator rose to the trunk back to the main level. Mamania had always summoned it and would be here any moment. Want to see Money Shrinker ready for action? Said Terry. Just in time, I said. I stood as close to the elevator as I dared. The doors would open and Mamania oozed into the room. Ah, there you are, she growled. I can't believe you really thought you were going to get away from me. You humans are so stupid. And you're nothing but an overgrown sea monkey, I taunted her as I backed across the land toward the shrinker, hoping she would follow. I'm not a sea monkey, she shrieked as she slammed her way towards me. I'm a sea monster, and just for that, I'm going to eat you first. Oh, no, you're not, I said. Oh, yes, I am, she said as she touched the tip of my toes with one of her stinking black tentacles. Oh, no, you're really not, I shouted, jumping clear. Now, Terry! Terry fired up the shrinker and blasted her with the ray. Mermaidia screamed in rage as she began to shrink before our eyes. I'm shrinking! She screamed as she grew smaller and smaller. I'm shrinking. Soon she was no longer more dangerous than a jelly bean. She lay on the floor between us, ranting in a tiny high voice. She was the worst sea monkey ever, said Terry. I got a good mind to send her back to the factory. We can send her back all right, I said. But not to the factory. Back to the sea where she belongs. In fact, I'm going direct now, unless you prefer to. No, I don't think I can, said Terry. Fine, I said. I picked her up with a pair of tweezers, dropped her into the toilet, and pulled the full flush. Twice. I wasn't taking any chances. When I came out, Terry was wiping away a tear. I can guess only how sad you must feel, I said, putting my arm around him. But try to look on the bright side. What bright side? Now we can get onto our book.